Hey guys, I am back. I am going to give you guys another insight, and this time is going to be face to face as always. I usually just write on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and any other platform that requires me to write or allows me to write. This is one of my first times in history that I've ever practiced anything like this. And I always knew that I had the skills to write within explaining the things that I know and understand from information that I'm given, but also because of the information that I just knowingly understand. And, whatever I have that I am able to understand, I can write it and I can let you know exactly the point of view that I'm discussing about within my writing and letting you know the best way to my knowledge so that you can understand just as well as I understand. And I had no idea that I was going to be encouraging, uplifting African Americans and other people of color and giving out information about African Americans, African beings, our power, what type of knowledge we have, who we are as individuals, what we're capable of doing, and the history behind an African. Because once you're a person of color, you do now have the African blood within you, and it's very powerful. So I wanted to inform as many people as I can, and that's why I created a GoFundMe. Um, it was intended for me, the GoFundMe was intended for me to help myself financially. But then I said, hey, either way it goes, a donation or support for my writings on Instagram and the information that I provide about African Americans and other people of color, and it's very valuable information that you can take with you, because whenever you're dealing with racism or you're dealing with a situation where you feel like you're being um, 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 targeted within your color or your race, or you just feel discriminated against. And I've been in that situation where I've been discriminated against in the workplace, and I did not really have that true one friend who would teach me um to stay strong and to know who I am, no matter how much the Caucasian people would make me feel, if or any other race, about who I am, because there was nothing that I would be doing wrong. It was just that the feeling that I got from the certain amount of individuals who would make me feel like, my kind, my color, my heritage is a screw up, or we're lazy, or we mess up and things like that. um and I just didn't want to feel like, less of a person. So I had no idea that I was going to be coming on YouTube and inspiring people with the knowledge that I have about African Americans, about who we are, where we come from. And I just really, really, I am just like blown away in a good way. And I had no idea that I would do that. When I was in high school, I used to write essays about the Greensboro Four, or something regarding the civil rights movement. Or when I was in college, I wrote an essay. When I was getting transferred from high school to high school before I graduated, I would write other people's essays because they did not have the passion for writing. They just didn't know what to write about. Um, and I just, I just knew that, it was something special about African Americans. I knew that there was something special about understanding the knowledge of our history as African Americans, and understanding how much more of a privilege we can receive, and what we've already have received as a generation, and what we've come from, and how much we have achieved. It has so much meaning, and so much love behind the entire um characteristics and the lifestyle behind an African being, we've come so far, and I get excited every single time I'm in a position to talk about African Americans, our history, who we are as individuals, what we're capable of doing, the things that we should be studying on that will help us build our confidence in ourselves. Those type of things. I love studying. I love teaching. I love talking about it. I love helping people understand how much how much blessings that they have, just because of being an African being, a person of color, a black person, so I just really feel inspired by my own writings. I'm blessed to have people who have encouraged me along the way to even help me start my journey by not telling me to go study this and study that. They just said, you know what, Chris, you know what to talk about. Just start writing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. What if someone says I'm wrong on this, that, and the third? And it's not wrong. It's just all right. And that was one of the things that got me sidetracked a little bit by not believing in myself so much, because I said, well, what if I say something and it's not right? What if it's the wrong information and I'm putting this information out there, but it was all right. So I feel like it was just a big push for me to stay encouraged with myself and believe in myself. So I really appreciate those people who knew the power and the gift that I had and still have, and that acknowledged enough support for me to feel confident enough for myself. So I really do appreciate that. Oh, cool. I've been talking for 6 minutes. I didn't realize that. So I do thank you all so much. Yes, I do have a GoFundMe. I did set my donation price to $1 million because, yes, my information is very valuable, and you're not going to find anything else like it. You might see something similar, but not like mine. And it's all on Instagram. Make sure you go to Instagram.com and you type MJ Blue Thriller, all lowercase. I have on a black tie, a white dress shirt, and a brown trench coat. And you can always find me on Facebook at Christopher Williams, DC. That's Christopher Williams, D.C. And you can also find me on Twitter. You need the best of both worlds. So you're going to get a little bit of, adult content and a little bit of just straight up knowledge about the history and the future for African Americans and people of color. I really thank you so much. And it's also not just about that. It's about Caucasians and other races too. They're all involved. But my Instagram, just start reading. If you're a reader, if you like to read, perfect time. If you're a teacher, if you're a student in school and you want to have an essay or report, you can look at my information and just make sure you give me credit for it so people can know where to look for and where they get the information from. I do thank you all so much, and I won't stop until I get that donation. I won't stop even when I get that donation. That's what I mean. When I get my $1 million donation, I will continue to write. That is a motivator. Money is a motivator. I've written everything without a donation. So just imagine me getting a donation and the amount of encouragement and motivation that I would have. Now, I've been getting money not from donations, but from, going to work still, or, filing for unemployment, during the pandemic. And, and that's pretty much it. I've had to live in my car for a while, and I stayed with someone for a while I was trying to get on my feet. But now I'm back in my car so that I can have peace and quiet, time to myself. I do love to be around the right people, so it doesn't mean that because I'm in my car that I'm not a people person or anything like that. It's just that, I am focused on upgrading and leveling up myself. So this is my reason for being in my car, and receiving a donation will help me become financially stable and pay some of the things that I have to pay for, like a car payment, toiletry supplies, clothing, just to keep myself healthy. I just want to be established. So I'm out here, and I'm experiencing, of course, this lifestyle on my own. Don't have family support, but I do have family support within the righteous mindsets of individuals who understand a child of God when they see one. So I really appreciate you all. For the strangers who are just now viewing my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, I've been talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but as you can see, I have not monetized yet. You need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. So if you see me post random things like, wait a minute, is that him? Yeah, it is. It's just that I'm just trying to find out what clever things to say. They may not be as clever, but what are going to be the trick things to say to get the most views so that I can be monetized, and then I can start, um, relaxing a lot more better, because I'm like, okay, that's another strand of income. Thank you, God. Now I can focus more, and I'm still focused. It's just that it's a lot of motivation behind you getting income from the work that you provide. So I thank you all so much, and don't forget to share this video if you would like it. Leave a comment, subscribe please, and like the video if you really like it. Give it a thumbs up. Take care, and I see you guys later. Read the Instagram, MJ Blue Thriller. See you guys. Oh, and I'm also on TikTok now. So go to MJ Blue Thriller. I can't speak correctly on TikTok, and you will also find me there too. See you guys.